Okay, so you've got this big meeting coming up all about AI and manufacturing, and you want to sound like an absolute rock star,
Well,
right?
buckle up, because today we're diving deep, deep, deep into XLM's continuous PDM.
We're going to give you all the intel you need, like insider knowledge, to totally crush that meeting.
We're talking about a game changer, the kind of tech that keeps manufacturing bigwigs up at night.
Because nobody likes it when a factory hits a standstill, am I right?
Unplanned downtime. It's like a punch to the gut. Or maybe the wallet.
And it's not just a minor inconvenience either. I mean, talk about a chain reaction, right?
Right.
Production screeches to a halt, deadlines whoosh, gone.
The costs alone are enough to make your head spin.
It's like hitting a brick wall, a really expensive brick wall.
And the financial hit is just the beginning. You've got delayed shipments, frustrated customers.
Yeah, and let's not forget about potential safety hazards.
It's a manufacturing horror show.
Exactly. But that's where our friend ContinuousPdM comes in, right? Like a superhero in a hard hat.
Right on cue. Imagine this. Knowing that, say, that big important pump is going to throw in the towel in 10 days.
10 days. Not some vague sense, but like an actual heads
A
up.
precise, data-backed prediction. That's the power of continuous PDM.
No more crossing our fingers and hoping for the best, huh? I like the sound of that. But how? How does it work? How does it predict the future of factory equipment?
Data. It's all about harnessing the power of data. Continuous PDM, it's hooked up to every sensor on your factory floor.
Every sensor.
Temperature, pressure, vibration, every little heartbeat of your machines.
So all those sensors are feeding info into continuous PDM.
It's like a detective, right? But instead of a magnifying glass, we're talking algorithms. Powerful algorithms that analyze all that data, spot those little red flags that might be hinting at a problem.
Ooh, subtle clues. So we're not just talking about those catastrophic, shut the whole factory down situations.
Nope. Continuous PDM also excels at catching those smaller issues, the ones that might seem insignificant now, but can snowball into major headaches down the line.
It's like that saying, a stitch in time saves nine, right? Catch it early. This is super cool, but how do I actually use this information? It's one thing to have a crystal ball, it's another to know what to do with the visions, right? What was that thing you mentioned earlier, the zone report?
The zone report. Oh, it's brilliant. Imagine a heat map of your factory, but instead of showing you where the coffee machine is,
Please, no more factory fires.
right, instead it highlights the areas that need some love. Each zone gets a risk score based on the likelihood of equipment failure.
A risk score, huh? Not just a random number, I hope.
Absolutely not. Continuous PDM considers everything. The number of potential issues, the time frame, have any preventative measures been taken, you name it.
So it's like playing 4D chess with potential factory disasters. I mean, that's some serious foresight.
Exactly. This is about outsmarting those issues before they even become issues.
So continuous PDM tells me there's a potential issue, then what? What's the next step? How do I actually fix it?
That, my friend, is where continuous PDM enters the scene. XLM's service management system. Think of it as the action arm of continuous PDM.
Okay, so continuous PDM identifies the problem, and continuous PDM swoops in with a solution, like a dynamic duo.
Dynamic indeed. Continuous SM streamlines everything. Communication, documentation, you name it. If continuous PDM, say, spots an issue with a machine, continuous SM automatically creates a ticket and sends it off to the right technician. It tracks everything from the moment that alert goes out to the resolution of the issue.
No more lost paperwork or, like, trying to track someone down who's supposed to fix it.
Precisely. But wait, there's more. The XLM newsletter also mentions something called Vision GPT.
Vision GPT, what is that? Do I need 3D glasses?
Nope, no glasses needed. Vision GPT takes things up a notch by analyzing images of your equipment, spotting those visual cues that even the smartest sensors might miss.
Wait, so it's like giving continuous PDM an extra set of eyes.
You got it. Eyes that can spot a microscopic crack or a tiny bit of corrosion, all those visual clues that might point to a bigger problem.
Exactly. It's like having, like, a whole army of microscopic inspectors. They never take a break, constantly on the lookout for the teeniest, tiniest signs of trouble. And it's not just regular pictures. Oh no, we're talking thermal images too, Those can spot potential overheating issues or problems with insulation.
Talk about being proactive, huh? So we've got the zone report that gives us the big picture, right? And Vision GPT, our eagle-eyed inspector. But what about the nitty-gritty details, the data coming in from all those sensors we talked about? There was something about a sensor report in the XLM newsletter. Ah, the sensor report, right. That's where you get down to the nuts and bolts, the nitty-gritty, like you said. It takes all that raw data, the numbers, the blips on the screen, and turns it into something that even someone like me can understand.
Because a screen full of ones and zeros doesn't really tell us much, right? Unless you're, like, fluent in robot.
You said it.
Huh.
That's why the sensor report, it uses visuals, graphs, charts, even color-coded gauges. Super easy to see if a parameter is good to go or headed for trouble.
So no more waiting for the alarm bells to start ringing. Instead, you've got this early warning system telling you to check things out. Very cool.
That's the beauty of it. But it gets better. The sensor report doesn't just show you what's happening now, it actually uses all those fancy algorithms to predict future trends.
Whoa, predicting the future of my factory floor one sensor at a time. So you can schedule maintenance before things go haywire. That's smart, and it minimizes downtime. Okay, this is all very impressive, but let's get back to continuous SSM for a sec. For our listener who's got this big meeting, they need to know how this all fits together. How does it actually help manage and respond to all this information?
One word: centralization. Continuous SM brings everyone and everything together. Remember those tickets we talked about? The ones that get created automatically? Well, they're routed to the right people immediately, and everybody's in the loop. No more, wait, who's handling that? Or what's the status on?
So no more communication breakdowns on top of equipment breakdowns.
Exactly. Oh, and here's another thing. Continuous SM, it's also great for documentation, keeping everything nice and organized. Every single action is logged, tracked. It's like having a perfect record of everything that's been done, which is great for any company, but especially those in highly regulated industries. They love that.
So no more scrambling for paperwork when the auditors come knocking. I like it.
Exactly. And here's the best part. Continuous SM takes care of all those tedious little tasks that eat up a technician's time. All that paperwork, all the back and forth, it's automated. So the technicians, they can focus on what they're good at, which is actually fixing things.
Right. They're not stuck behind a desk doing paperwork when they could be out there, being hands-on. It's like you're giving them a whole new toolkit, but instead of wrenches and screwdrivers, it's data, right?
Yeah.
But even with all this incredible tech, we can't forget about the human element. You still need skilled people to look at the data, understand it, and make decisions.
Absolutely. Continuous PDM, it's not about replacing humans. It's about making them even better at what they do. It's like giving them X-ray vision, helping them see those problems before they even happen.
I like that it's not about replacing, it's about enhancing.
Right. And this is where those LLMs, the large language models, they really shine.
Mm.
Let's say a technician, they run into a real head scratcher, a problem they've never seen before. With an LLM, they can consult with it like, hey, what do you think about this? And that LLM, it can tap into all that historical data, those manuals, even best practices from experts all over the world.
So it's like having a whole team of engineering geniuses on speed dial, ready to help out with any problem, big or small. That is really cool.
It is cool.
Right.
And here's the thing. As those LLMs keep learning, they'll just keep getting better, more sophisticated. They'll understand more, learn from new data. We're talking about a future where maintenance isn't just about reacting. It's about staying one step ahead, maybe even 2 steps ahead, anticipating problems before they even have a chance to pop up.
Okay, so now you're talking about the future of manufacturing. But where do we go from here? What's next for continuous PDM and AI-powered maintenance?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, right? I mean, we're really at the edge of something big here.
Yeah.
Who knows what's possible?
So many possibilities. Okay, but if you had to, look into your crystal ball, what do you see?
Okay, well, I think we're going to see the lines between the physical and the digital. Those lines are going to get even blurrier.
Right, and we're already seeing that happen now with continuous PDM and continuous SM, but you're saying it's going to get even more integrated.
Way more. Think even more data, even smarter algorithms, and here's the kicker, even more intuitive ways for regular people to use it.
Because it's not about just, drowning in a sea of data, right? It's about
Right.
understanding it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We need to make it meaningful, make it easy to use, so anyone can look at it and say, okay, I get it. I know what to do.
So are you saying we're headed for a world where the machines on the factory floor, they basically diagnose themselves, fix themselves?
It sounds crazy, right? Like something straight out of a movie.
Yeah.
But we're already seeing the very beginnings of that today. And as those machines get smarter, they're going to start talking to each other more, sharing information, working together.
A whole network of intelligent machines all connected.
And humans, of course. Can't forget about us. Because ultimately, this isn't just about fancy technology. It's about humans and machines working together.
Collaboration, that seems to be the key here, right? Humans and machines working side by side.
Exactly. Each one playing to its strengths, And that's how we create the factory of the future. More efficient, more productive, more resilient.
And hopefully fewer headaches.
Definitely fewer headaches.
Well said. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here today. Sensors, data, even those mind-blowing LLMs. It's clear AI-powered maintenance is changing the game. But for our listener who's got that big meeting coming up, what are the key takeaways? What do they really need to know to impress the boss?
Tell them this. AI-powered maintenance, it's not science fiction. It's here right now. And the companies that figure this out first, those are the companies that are going to be ahead of the pack.
It's not even about keeping up anymore. It's about staying ahead of the game, right?
Yeah.
Being proactive, making sure those operations are like running like a well-oiled machine, pun intended.
Yeah.
Love it. And here's the thing. It's not just about technology. It's about people.
Yeah.
It's about giving your team the best tools so they can do their jobs even better. It's about that human-machine partnership.
So it's a win-win for everyone. Companies, they save money, boost their bottom line, and the people on the ground, they get to work with really cool tech.
Everybody wins. That's what I call a good day at the factory.
It sounds like it. We've covered so much from sensors to LLMs to the future of manufacturing. This has been great.
It's been a pleasure. Always happy to talk about the future of manufacturing.
Me too. And to our listener, good luck with that meeting. We know you're going to knock it out of the park.
You got this.
And remember, this is just the beginning. The world of AI, it's just getting started. So stay curious, and who knows what we'll be diving into next time.
I can't wait to find out.
Until next time, thanks for listening.